If you meditate, practice breath work, or intentionally try to slow down, but still feel tense, braced, or unable to fully relax, this isn't because you're doing it wrong. In fact, this is one of the most common things I see. Over the years, I've had many clients say things like, meditation isn't for me. I feel more stressed when I try to meditate. Or the moment I sit down to meditate, my mind gets louder and my body tightens. Most people don't think something is wrong with them. They simply decide that they just not the kind of person meditation works for. So they move on. But what's happening has much less to do with meditation itself and much more to do with how the body and the mind learn to cope together. Many of the people I work with are thoughtful, capable, and deeply interested in self-awareness. They understand mindfulness. They value slowing down. They are not new to personal growth. And yet, when they try to meditate, their body doesn't soften. Their breath doesn't get deepen. And sometimes tension increases in the body. This is confusing, especially when meditation is supposed to help. So people assume it's not for them, or that their minds is too busy, or that they are doing it wrong. What often goes unspoken is this: the body hasn't learned that it is safe to settle yet, even if the mind understands the intention. Here is the belief that forms underneath all of this, that calm comes from doing meditation correctly, from finding the right technique, or from applying more effort into the practice. But meditation works best when it supports both understanding and the body's need for felt safety. The nervous system doesn't relax just because it is told to. It relaxes when it feels safe enough to do so. If your mind and body learn over time that staying braced or prepared was necessary, then this pattern will return to your system when the practice ends, not because meditation failed, but because the system is just doing what it learned to do very intelligently. This is where the reframe becomes important. The issue isn't the meditation doesn't work for you. It's that the mind and body learn to cope in ways that haven't been updated yet. For many people, staying ready came from responsibility, grief, pressure, and long period of holding things together. So when you sit down to meditate, the body doesn't translate that as rest. It translates it as unfamiliar. And unfamiliar doesn't always feel safe. That's why some people feel more stressed when they try to meditate. That's not because meditation is wrong, but because stillness removes distraction the system has been relying on. When understanding is present, but the body hasn't felt safe yet, effort increases and ease stays out of reach. I want to make it clear, of course, there's nothing wrong with you, and there isn't anything wrong with your meditation practice. What you've been experiencing isn't a failure. It isn't resistance. It's actually adaptation. Your body and mind learn how to protect you. It learn how to stay functional and how to keep you moving forward. Meditation alone doesn't always address that history. And calmness doesn't come from overriding the system, but it's actually come from helping the system feel calm enough to stop guarding. So the shift here isn't becoming someone who meditates better. It's becoming whose body and mind no longer need to stay on guard. And that kind of change doesn't happen through effort alone. It happens through relationship over time in real life. When the nervous system begins to recognize safety, relaxation stops being something that you try to do and becomes something that happens naturally, not all at once, not perfectly, but steadily. If this resonates, know this: you are not behind. Your body and mind learn how to cope, and they can learn how to settle as well. In the next video, I'll be talking about why the body keeps bracing even when life looks just fine, and what that bracing is actually protecting you from. And now just notice, without trying to change anything at all, what your body is doing as you're listening to this. This awareness engraved in the body, not just the mind, is already part of the work. And if you have been trying to think your way into calmness, this series will give you a different path, one that includes the body, not just the mind.